Hi, today's video I'm going to take you through some basic foot exercises. Foot exercises are super important because any dysfunction at the foot, whether it's lack of strength or lack of mobility, is going to affect movement further up the chain. These are some very simple exercises that can be done pretty much seated anywhere. So I'm sitting, my knees right over the ankle, and I have my feet on this Naboso textured mat. It's not required or essential, but it is helpful. So if you can find something to have your feet on that has a little bit of an interesting surface for the bottom of your feet to feel, to get a little bit of extra sensory information, that's great. If not, no big deal. So we're gonna start just with some seated calf raises. So all you're gonna do is push through the toes and lift the heel, and then resist it going down. Push through the toe, lift the heel, resist it going down. We'll do this maybe 5 times. You want to get a lot of bend right here. Good. And then trying not to move the knee, we're going to lift the heel slightly and just go into some little spirals. So pushing through all 5 toes, making little spirals, trying not to move the knee in one direction and then in the other direction. Good. And then we're just gonna lift the toes. So the whole foot's down, but you're gonna lift and spread all 5 toes. So lift, spread, lower, lift, spread, lower, lift, spread, lower. 2 more times. Good. And then you're gonna move the foot slightly forward, and then you're gonna lift the toes, lift the foot. Now we're looking for a lot of bend here, keeping the heel down, and then keep those toes lifted as you drop the foot, and then lower the toes. So toes lift, foot lifts, foot lowers, toes lower. Toes lift, foot lifts, foot lowers, toes lower, toes lift, foot lifts, foot lowers, toes lower. Last time, toes lift, foot lower, toes lower. And then bringing the ankle right back underneath the knee, we're gonna go into a foot doming. So you're gonna push to the toes, but you're gonna try to lift this middle part of the foot. Basically, this part of the foot and this part of the foot, you're trying to bring closer together. So it's like just lifting the bottom of the foot and letting it relax. You're trying to feel this part of the foot really active. So push through the toes, dome the foot, trying to keep the toes flat. You don't want to tuck the toes under. So push through the bottoms of the toes, dome the foot. We'll do that 2 more times. Push through the toes, dome the foot, and last one, push through the toes, dome the foot, and relax. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Seated calf raises, lift the heel, lower with resistance. Lift the heel, lower with resistance. Again, you're trying to get a lot of bend in the MTP joint. Good. Good. And then we'll do those spirals. So you're gonna make little heel circles, trying not to move the knee. And reverse. Trying to make it as smooth as possible. This side's a bit more challenging for me. Good. And now we're just gonna lift and spread the toes and lower, lift and spread, and lower, lift and spread. 2 more times. You can see this, I have a little bit harder time spreading here. Good. And then place the foot a little further away from you. Lift the toes, lift the foot, lower the foot, lower the toes. Two more times. Lift, lower, lower, lift, lift, lower, lower. Last thing is that foot doming on the other side. Push to the toes, dome the foot. Push to the toes, dome the foot. Push to the toes, dome the foot. Two more times. And that is all there is to it.